It's crazy though. Like I legitimately get anxious just thinking about having to acquire that bottle.
Yeah.
It's an anxiety of mine.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's actually not fun to feel this way. That's a great pick. You're a cheater.
Yeah, I'm a cheater.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not upset. Just a little anxious now thinking about it.
Hey, welcome to Super Social Club. I'm Jeremy.
This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob.
Welcome to the Whisky Rant Podcast.
It's a little crusty,
It's frustrating.
and it's going to be a little bit of a rant.
I don't understand it. I don't know why.
Some sort of injustice.
Anyway, end rant.
Hello and welcome back to the Whisky Rant Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Rob.
And din 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 din.
Can we actually get the music playing in the background?
No, it's copywritten. That's why
Oh,
you
I
had
see.
to listen to my awful rendition.
I like that.
It's football season. It's back. We're doing the Fantasy Whiskey Draft 2023 second edition.
Yeah,
The first
and-
time we did this a year ago, it was well received.
It was.
Yeah.
People liked it. And then we had people like share their own draft or who they thought won the draft.
Yes. Yeah, we kind of went head to head. Who drafted a better whiskey collection, you or me?
Yeah.
Doing a little bit different this year.
This year, I think it's going to be harder to go head to head just because we're not picking our favorite whiskeys or like, the best possible whiskeys you can buy with $1,000. Although it is kind of that, but it's stuff that we haven't purchased already.
Yeah, this is not what we did last year, if you haven't seen it. We kind of just grabbed some bottles from our collection and kind of just had them as a pool of bottles to pick from.
Correct.
This time we're doing it different. This time we're going out and we're looking at the market and looking for stuff that we haven't purchased yet.
Exactly.
We're still doing $1,000
Budget.
a salary cap of $1,000. But that's really it. That's really the only stipulations. We each have $1,000 to spend, and we're just going to go through one at a time and say who's on our team. We've already essentially drafted it. We'll just release it to you guys.
Yeah. As far as stores go, this is what's available to us. Or at least, I don't know, that's how I did it. We didn't really stipulate rules when it came to that. So you could have gone to like a UK website and said, hey, I want this for this amount.
I did do that.
You did do that.
Because
I
I'm
knew-
like,
you know what?
this
I
is
knew
a
he did that.
fantasy draft. This isn't a reality draft. We're not actually going to go buy these things. But hey, if they were available for purchase, they might be on my team.
You know what? Fair enough. Let's play ball.
Okay. In front of us tonight, we'll be drinking. Would you say this is like the poor man's Macallan these days? The Glenturret 12-year-old.
Yeah, I guess so. It's not really poor man's Macallan because this bottle is like $150 all in.
Is it really?
It's not cheap.
Yeah.
I think it cost me $150. We had to source this. This is from the UK, so when it comes here, eventually, this is going to be like $175 to $200 bottle.
Once you incorporate shipping and everything.
And
like
Maggie
that.
the monkey spinning the wheel at the LCBO.
Oh, the LCBO's getting this?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like
Okay.
if they ever did, that would, you have to factor that in.
The reason why I say the poor man's Macallan or a version of Macallan is because it is kind of the way that Macallan does stuff, but
Yeah.
a little bit better. It's like it's 46% ABV. It's a really good sherry cask. They're using a Lalique bottle here.
That's it. Was it not? Isn't there an affiliation with Lalique? Like, didn't like the people from Lalique go to Glenturret and say, "Hey, let's like," or they bought Glenturret?
Oh, you know-
working hand in
you know
hand
better
with
than me.
partners in artist. Yeah, so it's just working hand in hand with Lalique. It's
Okay.
not. There's no affiliation as far as company goes.
It's a very nice bottle. Should you do that for a 12-year-old whiskey? You're just going to up the price. This says drink older than it is, in my opinion. But,
yeah, no, it's really good.
It is really good. But do you want a nice, heavy glass Lalique bottle for a 12-year-old?
You know what these do make for great infinity bottles.
Oh, right. When you're done drinking it,
Yeah.
you can make it your own infinity. It's a gorgeous bottle.
Or
Really,
like
really nice.
if you can get rid of this label cleanly and just keep the glass as is.
Yeah.
It's like a nice like pour anything into this bottle.
Sure.
And serve it
Yeah, it's like a decanter. It's
like a decanter in a law office or
Sure.
something.
And like if you could find like a glass stopper for this thing, and man, it would just be a decanter, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And I bet you the older, higher priced ones do come with a glass topper.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
So we'll be drinking that through this episode, but let's get at it. Do you want to take the first pick?
All right, I will go first
Okay.
since you've offered.
Go ahead. What do you got?
I'm going to go with the locally well, when I say locally, I mean this country, not this province. The Glencatum 10-year-old for $80. Glencatum 10-year-old for $80.
Glencatum 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just drinking the 15 not too long ago.
You know, I've heard so much about Glencatum 10.
Yeah.
And every time I did like a list of like bang for your buck bottles or like the best 10-year-old bottles, people kept mentioning the Glencatum 10. So I said, you know, it's about that time that I buy that bottle.
$80, yeah, you can't go wrong. That's almost like the entry point prices for these
10
days.
is the new 12, right?
Yeah, 100%.
10 is the new 12.
100%.
In the Scotch world, 10 is the new 12. So,
yeah, no, great pick. But yeah, no, I haven't tried the 10.
I haven't tried the 10.
There you
So
go.
I've done a few Glencatums. I did like the 14 and 15 back in the day, but that was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
My first pick is also going to be a 10-year-old whiskey. This is going to like set the tone. This is like a nice benchmark, good value pick. It's going to be the Ben Romick Cask Strength Vintage 2013, bottle 2023.
Nice.
We haven't seen the 2023 yet, but previous years cost $110, so that's what I priced this one at. Hopefully it's the same price. But
Yeah.
what an amazing expression of Ben Romick.
Always great. I didn't include it in my list this year just because I've had it for 2 years in a row now, and I have backups and stuff like that, so I didn't plan on buying this year's version.
Oh, I'm all over it.
Yeah, so you buy it.
If it's 110, yeah, all day.
Yeah, and if it's like better than last year or whatever, I'll jump on it.
What's
But
your favorite one that you've tried so far?
the first one we tried, which was
Yeah.
what, the 2011 or 2012?
Was it 2012 batch?
No, it was the 2010.
2010 batch.
It was a 2010.
Batch 1 or batch 2?
I don't think it's up there.
remember.
I think, yeah. It was the 2010, maybe batch 1. No, batch 2. It was batch 2.
Yeah. So we've tried some of these before. Everyone we've tried has been really, really good. It's a cask strength version of Ben Romick, right around 10 years of age, maybe between 10 and 11 years, right? It's first fill ex-bourbon and a little bit of first fill sherry in there as well. It's what you want from Ben Romick. It's the Springbank of Highland.
So, side note, now that we're, going on to our next pick, we tried this a while back when I first got it, and it has opened up a lot since then.
Yeah.
It has gotten a lot better. Palate, nose, everything. It's actually really nice.
Yeah, it is a nice, very nice scotch.
Okay, we're on number
Go
2.
ahead. Go ahead.
I like that pick. That was a great pick, by the way.
Okay,
I don't know if I
thank you.
complimented your pick there, but
Thank you.
I'm gonna go with something we've had a little bit of experience with, but not a whole lot, and I've been meaning to try. Wolfburn 10-year-old,
Okay.
which is $115. So I've added all mine up. It actually, my entire list comes out to $1,000 on the dot.
No way.
Yeah. So I don't know how that worked out, but
Wow,
it did.
efficient.
But the Wolfburn 10-year-old. Now these are not including like the discounts that I would probably get on these bottles. So I actually did you a favor by not doing that.
Okay.
Right.
You could have squeezed in something else, maybe.
I probably would have squeezed in at least one more bottle.
Okay.
But yeah, so Wolfburn 10-year-old, 46%. The entire maturation is sherry casks, and there's a lot of hype around that distillery.
Man,
so.
is this going to be like the oldest expression they've done so far?
It
10
was.
years? It is.
It is, or
Yeah.
was, or like it's new.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's relatively new anyway. So
Yeah.
so far, yeah.
Yeah, really interesting. Because like I think I've only tried one Wolfburn expression. It was an NAS. It was okay.
Yeah, we tried. It's there. It's sitting on the shelf right there.
I know Ralphie just reviewed like a special release from them, and he was loving it. He's really the one that put us and maybe like the entire
world,
world
yeah.
onto Wolfburn.
He's always raved about Wolfburn.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's close to his heart.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing stuff the right way up there as well. And they're way up in the Orkney Islands, right?
That I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're like the most northern distillery
Is that
in
them?
Scotland.
Okay.
I think
all right.
so.
Okay, so that's. I knew there was one other distillery in Orkney. I guess that's them.
All right. For my second pick, I'm going back to a classic that we tried a version of that we really, really liked. And we went through many, many hoops to get this. We had a mule in the UK, ship it to the US,
I know.
then drive over to the US and get it and bring it back to Canada. That bottle saw many, many kilometers.
Yes.
It's the Glengoyne Teapot Dram. They're up to batch 9. Now, I think this is a little overpriced. It's like 140 British pounds, which is about $235 Canadian. But
Yeah.
if you want that Glengoyne profile, this is the bottle you have to go for. It's cask strength. It's first fill Oloroso. I think it uses Spanish oak and American oak cask, but
I wonder because
pretty sure it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because it's like almost like a Solera though, isn't it? Isn't it that
You're right.
the way
Yeah,
it works?
it's a Solera, yeah.
So that's interesting. But yeah, cool pick.
Yeah, and I just like, we recently did the Glengoyne 25. Was it the 25?
Not that
You
long
lent
ago.
it to me,
Not
and I
that long
reviewed
ago.
it.
You
And I
reviewed
was
it,
like,
yeah.
I was like, man, you know what? Like, I missed the Teapot Dram.
Teapot Jam was better.
Yeah.
Was better than
Yeah.
the 25. And that just like that's something that people really need to like think about when they're making their purchases is more expensive does not necessarily mean better.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to learn that the hard way, I think.
Yeah, well.
We've learned that through thousands of dollars of sacrifice
Yeah.
in order to like figure out that, you know what, some of the best bottles on our bar are like in the 10 to 15-year-old range.
Yeah, I mean, we went through a time where we were spending a lot of money on whiskey, but in
Yeah.
retrospect, if you look back and look what we paid for bottles when we paid for them,
Oh, yeah.
we got in at a good price.
For sure. It's like
You know?
getting into the housing market now.
Right.
Versus,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Right? Like, sure, we bought maybe an expensive house, but now, like, that house is 3 times the price.
Exactly.
And doesn't drink 3 times the money.
No,
right?
exactly. So, yeah, great point. But yeah, no, we don't spend anywhere near as much as we used to spend, and yet we're still finding ways to have better whiskey on our bar.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's just being more efficient.
Smartened up.
And
We smartened up a little.
Smartened up. It is a big portion of that. Like, we still will splurge on things that we think are absolutely necessary. Right?
Yeah. And like we said before, like, we don't consider, like, we can see the value in a bottle that is expensive. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's not a good purchase.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. Number 3.
Go ahead.
I'm going to stay at 10 years old here with the Port Charlotte 10-year-old. I've never actually bought a Port Charlotte 10.
Oh.
So that's $100 right now I could buy it for.
Okay.
So $100, Port Charlotte 10, 50% ABV. I needed a nice punch in the face, like smoky whiskey.
Yeah.
And this is like got that really nice barbecue that I love about like some Octomores. So you get this in the Port Charlotte. If you know, like, you'll see on my list, I don't think I have any cask strength whiskey, which is kind of a sign of the times for me, because like for the longest time, all I had and still have mostly cask strength whiskey on my bar, but I'm only looking to buy non-cask strength whiskey these days.
This is crazy because I think all of mine are cask strength, except for one.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm still stuck. I've gone away from just drinking cask strength.
Yeah, no, Port Charlotte 10 is always a staple, and it's remained good value over the years. And you're right. I haven't even tried one in a long time.
I don't know if I've ever actually bought a bottle of Port Charlotte 10. No, I know I haven't. I've only ever tried other people's Port Charlotte 10s.
I do have one on the shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. For my third pick. This one is a sleeper. This is a sleeper. Okay. You're going to be impressed with this one.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm excited.
If I can pronounce it correctly. It's the Ardmacurchin.
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 No, I said it wrong too.
Okay, please say it correctly. God dang it.
Ardna McCurchin. Ardna McCurchin.
I apologize again. We've said this.
Ardna McCurchin.
We said this distillery's name probably like 300 times on the podcast, and not a single time has been correct.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from a distance. You're talking
Okay.
about the sherry.
So yeah, this is the.
Yeah, I knew
I
this.
think this is probably their oldest expression at 7 years old.
Okay.
It's the AD-08:15CK.529. I'm not sure their bottle codes of what they. I'm sure that makes sense to somebody.
Yeah, it hasn't made it here yet.
Okay, so
But
this
I'm
is
I wanna try it
first
too.
fill Oloroso cask. I think it's their oldest expression yet at 7 years. This, I need to try this bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the bottle? It's like this matte navy blue bottle. It looks amazing. Like
Oh, is that
all
the
dark matte navy blue.
Oh, okay.
It's really sharp looking. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. And price, I think it was like 89 British pounds. MSRP.
Yeah.
So that's about 150 Canadian for us.
Yeah, which we should put into like perspective here a little bit. Like everybody's going crazy for our McCurchin. I don't know. Man. Let's call it the Adelphi OB.
The Adelphi Distillery.
The Adelphi OB. Everybody's going crazy for it, and I think I saw Roy with this bottle that you're talking about right now, and it's on my radar because even Phil from Whiskey Wednesday, I think, reviewed it not that long ago.
Okay.
And yeah, definitely on my radar, but it's 7 years old.
Yeah.
And it's $150.
I know.
That's a lot of money for a 7-year-old.
Yeah, for sure it is. I mean, very, very limited too. I think only it's under 700 bottles, I'm pretty sure. A very small batch.
Yeah. Like 90 British pounds. That's a lot of money for anything above or anything below like 12 years old. And even 12 years old, that like 90 British pounds used to be able to get you like an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but I'd pay $150 for this bottle.
Yeah, I want to try it too.
Yeah.
I do. I definitely want to try it, and like we can even split that bottle if you want.
If we can get it.
But that's a great pick.
If
That's
we
a great
can get
pick.
it.
That's a great pick.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm definitely feeling the geographic restraint right now of only being able to pick stuff in this country that I've put on my list.
Yeah, see, I'm just going...
This is all UK picks.
You can't even buy this.
All three of those picks are UK picks.
I couldn't even buy any of these bottles if I wanted to right now.
No, you have to go to the distillery to buy the teapot dram.
That's true.
You can only get that Ardmacurchin in the UK at the moment, I think. And the first pick was
the Benro McCastrang vintage.
That's not here yet.
That should come to our area, though.
Yeah, that's gonna come here. All right, I'm gonna go. You've purchased this bottle before, and I really, really was impressed with it when we tried it at a tasting recently. The Benromic 15, which is $120. I haven't purchased this yet.
Benromic 15.
Benromic 15.
Yeah.
$120. I could probably get it for less. It's a great whiskey.
Yeah.
I know it's 43%.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I have a funny feeling that's going to show up on a list of yours this year.
1,000% it is.
Yeah, it's a fantastic whiskey.
1,000% is showing up on a list. It's your definition of a pour and play.
Pour and play.
It's the ultimate pour and play if you want sherry and peat because it's super drinkable. 43%, a lot of people knock it for that. But because it's intense and like the finish really does linger and it is like it's viscous even at 43, the 43 doesn't hurt it as much as a 43 would hurt a different bottle.
A different whiskey, yeah.
Yeah, this one does stand up to 43 quite well.
Yeah. As our boy James would say, so drink if you're playing the game. It's super crushable. Mm-hmm. It's super crushable. Mm-hmm. It is such a good whiskey. So it had to be on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 4 for me so far.
Great. No.
Yeah.
I love that. That will find its way on the list for sure. And price?
120.
Yeah.
Yeah, 120 or less.
Yeah,
or
I
less.
think I got for mine for 115.
I think here it's more expensive in
At the
Ontario.
LCBO, they're going to charge 150 for it whenever it does hit the shelves.
Yeah, when it's available. But
and I'm sure it's here in the warehouse. They're just probably waiting for some other whiskey to get purchased so they can find a shelf space.
Find shelf it. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't recommend you buy it at the LCBO, but even at $150, I'd still buy that bottle.
Yeah.
If that was my only option.
If you have to shop at the LCBO for 100, if you're looking in the 150 range, like that's not a bad option. Like other stuff for 150 might not be as good.
Yeah. If I'm only choosing one bottle and I like a little bit of peat and I like sherry and I like all those things, there's not too much in the 150 range at the LCBO that I got my eye on.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. So, Benromic getting represented on both our lists.
Yeah. So. Well, there was no doubt. Oh, yeah. And we should have said, we didn't say. Pretty much we didn't include any Springbank, Longrow, Hazelburn.
We said we weren't going to.
You did, didn't you? This guy's a jerk.
This is a fantasy draft, okay?
I know, but
fantasy.
That was one of the rules. That was a rule.
Well, I might as well go to it now. For my fourth pick, I'm picking the newest release of the Springbank Wood Finish series is the 10-year-old, the Palo Cortado. This one's coming out later this year. It should be out like soon. It should be out in like a month or less.
This bottle's going to be harder to come by than a high five from Justin Bieber. Seriously, you're never going to get a chance.
Listen, I got the first release.
So did I.
The PX.
What should have been the harder one, probably.
Listen, I priced this one appropriately, okay? I put a $400 price tag on it because that's what I paid to get the first one because I had to buy it in a bundle.
That ate up a bunch of your list.
So there's like the caveat. There's like it makes it okay because I'm putting a price tag on this thing of what I'll probably have to pay for it if I do get the chance. So we got this as a bundle package. I had to buy 2 other additional bottles with it, which I didn't want.
That's right. Yeah.
And it cost me $400.
That's right.
So that's what I'm putting the price tag on this bottle for.
Okay. That's fair. I'll take that.
Okay. So I read an article on someone who sampled a bunch of these.
Yeah.
He said this was his favorite.
This is his favorite.
The Cortado. I don't think I've ever tried anything matured in a Palo Cortado sherry cask before.
I think I have.
Yeah?
A Deanston.
Deanston?
A Deanston.
And I think Springbank has done this wood finish before.
Yeah.
In a single cask.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure I either heard or read someone, it was like their favorite whiskey.
Yeah. I could see that.
So
I'm sure it's great.
Very, very excited about this.
I no doubt in my mind I'm going to try to get it. And
when Springbank gets to the Pheno one, though, that's what maybe I'm most interested in.
Whenever Springbank does this, my anxiety levels go through the roof. Like, I'm getting anxious just talking about it right now. Like, I hate this feeling. I hate them for doing this to me. I can't, like, it makes me so mad. And I hate you for putting this on the list.
I know, because you're like, no Springbank, right? I'm like, yeah, no Springbank.
It's crazy, though. Like, I legitimately get anxious just thinking about having to acquire that bottle.
Yeah.
It's an anxiety of mine.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's actually not fun to feel this way.
I know. Well, you know what? If you can get
I got
it,
leverage
get it.
this
If
year,
not,
though.
you know.
I do have leverage.
Yeah.
I have a few bottles of the Springbank 10 local barley from 2020 that I can probably get a couple of these for.
So you're thinking a little trade.
I just been rolling in the trades lately.
Yeah, and I mean it's a good way to unload stuff that you are.
Yeah, like I'm
less
not gonna
passionate
sell
about,
them,
you know?
but
Yeah.
I want to trade. Like
Sure.
if I can trade, like I just acquired the Black Art 10.1 in a trade,
Yes, nice.
right? So I mean, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if I can get it in a trade, I'll definitely do it. I mean, it's not gonna be, 1 for 1 because that bottle is not gonna be worth as much as that local barley that I have.
Well, we'll see what the market dictates.
The first one isn't even close to as
The first
valuable.
one's going for about $700.
Is it that much now?
Dollars.
Okay.
Around $700.
Okay,
People have been paying
fair
for
enough.
it.
But you know what
that's
the- you know
like
what the local
triple
barley's going
triple
for now?
retail? No, which
It's like
local?
the 10 local barley from 2020 that's super sherry.
Oh yeah.
It's
Those
like,
are crazy. Yeah.
Isn't it like 1,300 pounds or something
really?
like that?
Jeez, man. Yeah,
That's
so-
crazy. Yeah. So yeah. So I mean, we'll see. But anyway, that's a great pick. You're a cheater.
Yeah, I'm a cheater.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not upset. Just a little anxious now thinking about it.
I kind of my theme was kind of like hyped releases.
Hyped releases,
that
yeah.
have come out very
Was
recently.
that your last pick?
No, I got one.
You got
more.
one more.
I'm at.
4. That was 4.
I'm at $805. $890 something dollars.
You got one more pick.
Yeah.
I got 4 more picks. I got 3 more picks. Sorry, I lied. I got 3 more picks.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you rattle off 2 in a row then?
So I'll do 2.
Yeah.
So I'll go based on age. So I picked for my number 5 and 6 bottle, the newest Flaming Heart from Compass Box, which is $190. And I picked this because we tried it. We tried this edition,
Yeah.
but I've gotten the chance to now try the edition 4, 5, and 6. And I don't know how the hell I slept on Flaming Heart for so long.
Yeah.
But legitimate, like, slept on that bottle and regret it ever since because
How was batch 4?
it was incredible.
Yeah?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more peated, I felt, like, than the other two. It was really good, and it's younger too. It's younger. It's got a whole bunch of Lafroig in it, but it's like the Lafroig from Peat Monster, vatted
Yeah.
for an extra couple years or whatever. Really good, the edition 4.
Yeah.
Edition 5, we know, excellent. That was your favorite one. Sorry, yours was edition 6. Your favorite one was edition 6.
2018, I think I liked the most, right?
The one that has like more sherry.
More sherry.
Yeah. Edition 5 and 6 were outstanding, and we really liked edition 7 as well, so that's why I put that on my list.
Nice.
And then Speyburn 18-year-old, 46% unchill filter, no added color, and it comes in at $145 Canadian.
You've had some good value picks here.
Yeah, I focused on
Yeah.
value picks for the most part.
Yeah, really did.
For the most part.
Yeah.
So that's my 5 and 6. I have one more, but I'll let you go.
Okay.
And then
Before we do our last ones, you want to talk more about this?
I
Glenturret?
do, because I'm
Yeah.
crushing this thing.
Wow, this is you. I'm the one who usually crushes it.
I know.
And you just down this thing.
It's really good.
I think the reason why we maybe compared this to Macallan a little bit is it's got that chocolate orange note in here.
It
doesn't
does.
Yeah.
It does.
I love
does.
that, and I really, really do like that about Macallan.
I would like to do a blind head-to-head this versus the Macallan Sherry Oak.
Yeah,
The 12
newer
Sherry
bottling.
Oak. Yeah, the
Yeah.
12 Sherry Oak.
Mhm.
Because I feel like it would be a fair comparison.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends what market you're in. You're probably paying a little bit less for the Glenturret, right? Like
I
if
would think so.
All the things being equal.
Oh, right now you're still paying. Like, I paid less on this than
Right.
I could buy a new Macallan edition, or sorry, a Macallan 12 Sherry Oak right now. Like, they're like on sale for $150.
But if you're in the UK and you have this and Macallan 12 Sherry beside each other, this is less money. The
Yeah.
Glenturret's less money.
100%.
Yeah.
And it might be better.
It's definitely got this like toffee kind of note to it on the nose
The nose is really
that
nice.
I really, really like.
There's that, like you said, there's that chocolate orange, the old school smashed chocolate
Yeah.
orange. It's got like some fruity elements as well. Maybe like a little apple.
Mm-hmm.
Get like some like almost tart apple kind of note.
On the range of like sherry influence from like sherry bomb to like very like lightly refill sherry, where would you say this ranks?
Right smack dab in the middle.
I was gonna say it's like perfectly medium, right?
Yeah, it's exactly how, like, you could tell they were trying to kind of replicate a Macallan taste.
Yeah.
Right? That's the goal. There's like a very like bready kind of like malty note on the palate with that orange chocolate. I just hit the mic. All that's going on the palate.
Yeah.
Really nice long finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm still tasting it.
Yep.
I really like this. I think this is a quality whiskey.
It's absolutely delicious. It drinks, like I said before, over its age.
Yeah.
Like I've had a guess. Man, I don't know if I'd say 18, but 15 to 18 is where I put
Oh
this.
yeah.
I would put this whiskey.
I think like you could easily put this up against the Macallan 15-year-old and it might beat it.
Oh, I think it would.
I actually think
'Cause
the
the
Macallan
the
12
15s
beats the 15.
The 15 is a triple.
It's
You're talking about the triple.
double, the one
triple
that I have
cask?
over
Oh,
here.
double cask.
Yeah. The double sherry, so American and European sherry.
Right.
The triple, I think, has some bourbon cask in it as well.
Right.
This is good. This is good. What are you scoring that?
Yeah, this is I'm gonna go. Man.
It's tough because
Yeah. No, I gotta go 88 because I'm thinking like, where do I rank this with like the Glenallachie 12, and I would take this over the Glenallachie 12. I would take it over it.
you take this over the Glenallachie.
Yeah, it's more of an elegant pour. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely a more elegant pour.
Yeah.
I wonder if that has to do with the presentation or just all around like.
because
it's
the
just
sherry
more
influence,
balanced.
the sherry influence isn't as heavy as the newer Glenallachie 12s, right?
Right.
Like those Glenallachie 12s are really a punch of sherry.
Yeah.
This one is very more refined.
Yeah. It's definitely more elegant.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna go. It always, now that I introduced this new like scoring system, it's always a little tougher because we were always within a point, and then now that I have this, like, it's kind of throwing things off. I think I really like it. I would buy it again. My buy again score, is like 86. I would say that this is like an 86.5.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah, I would definitely buy this again.
Yeah. And yeah, 88 is where I'd recommend anyone buy it without trying it first. And I think for reference, this is like a half tick or so more than the Glenallachie 12. But price is going to be, if we're talking price, then I'm going to adjust the score accordingly.
Yeah. The price, it's definitely
With the Glenallachie 12, I'd be adding points for value. For this one, if I had to source it from the UK and it came out all in to like 170 or whatever you said it could be.
So I think it came out for me all in 150.
Okay.
Which I guess is not horrible.
It's but that's 50% more than the Glenallachie 12.
That's also because I had to pay shipping twice.
Okay.
I paid for whatever it cost to ship to Alberta, and then whatever it cost
for
that guy to ship it to me.
It's a bit of an unfair.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So
But
at
the end of the day, it is what it is, right? It is what it is because
120.
we can't get this currently here, so
Right,
that's
exactly.
how much you have to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so for people that are watching and wondering about the scores, I would be probably taking off points for value if I had to pay that much for it. If I had to pay less, then maybe I would leave value at 0, which means I think the price would be justified.
It's scary because, you can buy the Glenallachie 12 right now for $80 in Alberta on sale, but it's on sale for $80, which means it's gone up $20 already. It's already gone up and that's the sale price,
Right.
So we used to get it on sale for $65.
That was a deal.
That's a crazy deal.
And I've heard people in the U.S. talk about how they can find it for really good prices down there as well. So it all depends. Sometimes you walk in and you see something at a good price and it's way different than other markets, but that's the way she goes.
I think there's an added benefit of being able to present this to someone on a table and them being wowed by the presentation.
You know what? This is a great gift purchase as well. It comes in a nice box. When someone opens it, they think it's more expensive than it might be.
Yeah.
Even though it does say 12 years old, it's really nice.
And I don't think you have to be an experienced whiskey drinker to enjoy this.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
I think that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
So, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my last pick. This one is coming from Kingsbarns.
Okay.
So we've tried couple Kingsbarns actually on this table before.
Yeah.
And we really liked, what was it? The Dream to Dram.
Dream to Dram.
So that was an ex-bourbon and an STR ex-red wine cask.
That's right.
Right? That one's now gone. It's been sold out. But it has been replaced. The new one is called the Doocot. Doocot. It's the same maturation,
Okay.
but just for a little bit longer. So it's older.
Nice.
Now, remember how much we really liked that?
We loved it.
Those fruit notes just jumped off your palate.
Yeah.
This one for $80.
Wow. That's good.
All day.
Yeah.
Another sleeper pick. Kingsbarns making some waves.
Yeah. So you're leaving money on the table.
So my total comes to $975.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty close.
Yep.
That's good. I like it. I like that pick. That's
Yeah.
an interesting pick. And you know what? I do want to get a little bit more into Kingsbarn, knowing that Dream to Dram was unreal.
Right?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Okay, my last pick. So I had the luxury of trying this last pick at our boy P-Boss's house the other day. This is the Tamdhu 18. So the Tamdhu 18 is $250 before I get my sale price on it.
Okay.
So that brings me right at $1,000 on the dot.
Okay.
Tamdhu 18. If you close your eyes, you think you're drinking Macallan.
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
It drinks like a Macallan 18, but not a newer Macallan 18. It drinks kind of like the the 97 or the 96.
Okay.
That kind of like Macallan 18. And I'm really shocked that you could still get this. Because there was only, I think, 15,000 bottles made.
I've never tried it.
So like I said, I wouldn't have bought it because it's expensive.
Is it?
But my buddy, our buddy P-Boss picked it up, cracked it when I went by his house the other day and let me try it. And I was blown away. Nose, palate, the whole 9 yards, really good. Smells like a Macallan, tastes like a Macallan.
Really?
But just 46%,
Yeah.
unfiltered, no added color, all that
Awesome.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some really good. I don't know if they were like single casks. They were cask strength versions of Tambu.
Yes.
They were phenomenal.
We had a single cask. I had a single cask once. I think I was 14 years old and it was incredible.
Yeah, you probably gave me the heel, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good.
So good.
Excellent stuff.
They source really quality sherry.
Yeah.
And you like it. It's even if we think this is similar to Macallan, that's like if you close your eyes and do a blind, I guarantee you're gonna think it's Macallan.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tamdu, like they're still flying under the radar, are they not?
I don't think they make a lot of whiskey,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's part of it. And yeah, they do fly under the radar.
Yeah.
Their cask strength is consistently available, and nobody talks about it.
Right.
The 15 I had a while back, it was great.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it.
Right.
That 18-year-old, again, Narby actually scored it. He reviewed it. He said similar things. He said it tasted like smelled and tasted like a Macallan, and I think he scored it an 88 only because the finish wasn't long enough.
Okay.
But
That's a big score for Narby, though.
Right?
88 is a really good score.
88
for him.
score for a 46% whiskey.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great score for him
Yeah.
too. So, yeah.
All right, well, our selections are up on the screen. Take a look. My 5 bottles are Rob's.
7.
You have 7.
Yeah.
And comment down below. Which selection of bottles would you take? Would you take my picks or would you take Rob's?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments down below. And if you have like one bottle as like a fantasy draft pick, what's your number one pick? What's your number one fantasy draft pick if you had to make one? We were making kind of more. Well, I didn't make so many value plays. You did pretty much all the good value plays.
I just went value plays that I could actually get my hands on in this country. And I stuck to the rules. I can't silly me for thinking.
I couldn't get a single one if I wanted to.
Well, maybe you'll get that Springbank.
I mean, maybe.
You should be able to get it on the secondary.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, you can get any of these on the secondary.
For $400, you should be able to get it on. If you're aiming to pay that much already, you'll get it. You have to get it like immediately at release time for $400. Otherwise, it's going to be like $800 by.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that it would probably be the same deal, right? If you want to buy it, you have to buy a bundle package.
They're not cheap retail. I think they're going to be like $200, $250 each.
Yeah.
Retail.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not good value.
No. No. And really, a lot of people were disappointed with the PX.
Me included.
You included.
You liked it. Mom Reviews liked it.
I liked it.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was good enough.
I was expecting more, though.
It didn't taste like Springbank. It wasn't very Springbanky. It's right over there, right over your shoulder there. It's good. I like it. I think it's great. It's just, we've been spoiled with some of those Springbank 15 picks.
Well, we have high standards for Springbank. Right?
We do.
Very, very high.
We do. But even when we have a bad Springbank, long roll, whatever it is, we still go back to the well every single time.
Yeah. And we don't shy away from saying that we don't like a Springbank, or we say that it's not up to our standards of expectations.
Yes.
Even recently, you reviewed Springbank Local Barley, the newest one, right?
The Local Barley and I have a weird relationship because for the most part, I don't like them.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, like that one 10-year-old that was like heavily sherried, or that 16-year-old back in the day,
Man,
I just fall in love, and they're
Yeah.
like my favorite Springbanks.
Yeah.
But then most of the time, I can't stand the Local Barley. Not that I can't stand it, but it's just like not my pick.
You're just expecting a little bit more.
Well, especially because you're paying $100 more than the standard 12
Right.
for something that's younger
Yep. 100%.
and not as good.
Yep. 100%.
You know.
Well, football season is back. Fantasy drafts are back. Hopefully you guys had a good fantasy draft if you participate. And week 1 is in the books. Always interesting. I mean, I'm a huge NFL fan. You are more of a hockey fan.
More of a hockey fan. I want to get into football this summer.
Yeah,
this year.
I get right into the NFL. Like, I did 4 fantasy drafts this year. I have
That's crazy.
4. I mean, the problem with doing that is like you have so many different players that you're kind of cheering for some and cheering against your one. Is like it doesn't. It's too much.
That's you gotta. I've done it before, and I've always tried to make it where, especially if I'm drafting, I kind of try to draft the same people. This way, like I'm pot committed.
Yeah.
Right. Like these are the guys I'm going with. But you can't because it's opportunistic as well. Like you might be 10th in the snake draft in one and one on another, so it's hard.
Do you do fantasy hockey?
We used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
We had like a ongoing like 10-year league, and then it just shattered.
Really? Yeah.
Everybody they were fighting. The rules were being broken. It got crazy. Okay. It was like the show. I don't know. So.
Nice.
But we should I want to do it again. I want to do a nice hockey fantasy league and like set it up right. Do it down here. Maybe we'll get like, you're in?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Of
Let's
course.
do it. We'll get it. I'll get some people in on this.
Nice. All right, that's going to do it for us. Comment down below.
Yeah.
Fantasy draft bottles. What's your number 1 pick?
Yeah.
If it's a value play, what's the value?
Also in theme with our conversation last week, I got a Samurai Astronaut.
Samurai Astronaut. That's a cool shirt.
From Into the AM.
That's a cool shirt.
These are the best fitting shirts in the world.
The problem is, like, you can't really be a samurai in 0 gravity.
That's what you think.
How slow would your attack be?
No, there's like jet propellers you launch.
Oh,
you,
okay.
like hit them at the right time.
Yeah.
And, like it propels you forward.
Okay.
It grounds you.
You have to be in like an exoskeleton robotic suit in space.
Your suit has to like you have to be one with your suit.
Right.
Your mind and suit are connected.
Okay.
Right? I think that could work.
All right, nerd.
Nerd alert!
Nerd.
All right, next time. I don't know what we're doing next, but it'll be probably not as cool as this.
That's true.
Got the draft whiskey.
Yeah, unsubscribe because nothing's going to top this one.
Immediately.
All right, that's going to be it for us, guys. Thanks so much. Have a good one.
Cheers.